Hello, everyone, and welcome to FTBSports. And we're going to have a post-match reaction of a fantastic match, if I have to say so myself, of Arsenal versus Leeds. So, Trev, tell me what you thought. Tell me your first thoughts after seeing the
Hey,
game.
hi, how you doing, Travis?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, it was first 20 minutes coming at the blocks flying.
Mm,
Thinking, okay, we're looking good. Um, yeah, we've got the goal. Um, Playing some good stuff. We have a few little bits where we was letting them come back into the game a bit, but then, as I said, went in at half time ahead. Um, and we're looking good. Just some night. I think we've got a few confidence players there. What are playing?
So, what did
Odegaard
you
looked
make?
good.
What do you make of the team selection? Because that was a bit that caught me by surprise. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Okay, no
Uh,
Laka, no Pepe. Odegaard making his first start, which is good. Gabriel
yep.
and Louise at the back and holding on the bench. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it was a different team selection. Quite attacking.
To be honest, I was happy with the lineup.
Okay.
Yeah, I was happy with the lineup. I was thinking at first when I saw it that Odegaard might be on one of the wings, and he would keep Smith Rowe in the middle, but he shifted Smith Rowe out onto the left. Um, I was happy with the lineup. I thought Sabalas was quite tidy in
Hmm.
coming in for party. Um, yeah, and at the back, I was a little shocked with Louise coming in, but
Hmm.
I think overall, Louise did well against Bamford. Bamford
Hmm.
hardly really had a kick, to be honest. So
Yeah.
all in all, I was happy with the lineup, and yeah, I was happy with the performance of the team.
So did you get a bit nervous near the end of the game there when they scored the second goal? Tell me what was going through your
We got
mind.
form. We got form with letting lead slip. So yeah, obviously I remember the whole 4-4 against Newcastle and things like that. And you can, when we go 4-0 up so early in the game, and then you get one goal back, and the second goal, then you start thinking, oh my good grief.
What's going on here?
Yeah, and when
We've
there's a
seen
good
this all before.
exactly, and when there's 20 minutes or so left, and if they got the third, it's game on. It's as Alex Ferguson's once coined the phrase "squeaky bum time."
Yeah.
So yeah, however, we managed it. We managed
Hmm.
it well in the end, and I think overall, I think we deserved the 3 points. To be fair.
Okay, so let's talk about the man of the match, Obama who, Obama what, as someone
Like,
truth one
yeah,
said. Blair Yang.
yeah,
He was phenomenal, man. I thought he had a fantastic game. He was clinical. He looked sharp again because he's looked a bit out of sorts. I know he was going through some personal
yeah,
issues.
yeah.
God bless his family. But it looks like he looked sharp. I was happy he started
Uh,
today.
Hey, he took his first goal well. Fair enough. Maybe the keeper could have done a little better. However, he took his shot. Is that element of surprise, and that's what Aubameyang's all about. I thought he looked tidy on the ball. Yeah, he kind of faded towards the end due to tiredness and lack of getting 90 minutes under his belt. But overall, um, man of the match, looked tidy, took his goals. His penalty was tremendous. No keeper in the world is saving that. Side netting, no keepers getting to that. Could have had a fourth. But yeah, overall, I actually I think he's back.
I
On
think
that
he's
goal
back
trail.
too. I thought he was
Yeah,
very good. Very impressed by his performance, and he was a bit more vocal because that's been one of his criticisms. Just in general, he's not the most vocal captain, but he leads by example. Puts the ball
I
in the
believe
back of the
so.
net.
Absolutely.
When he's scoring, it just works. It just works. We have to mention Saka. He's looking like arguably our best player. Like every game,
Yeah.
he makes things happen. He's so dynamic. He's got the pace, the running ability. And this is another interesting topic. Was the first one a penalty for you?
Yeah, they've been given. I think anywhere else on the pitch, that's a penalty. Sorry, it's a foul. It's a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch is a foul, in my opinion. And there was no difference. Basically that just the fact that it was in a penalty box should have been a foul. Should have stood. Um, in my opinion, anywhere else on the pitch is a foul. What was your perception of that?
I thought it was a fact. It would have been a soft penalty, absolutely. I'm not denying that, but they are given nowadays. And I think with all the unlucky decisions that have gone against us this season, I would have been happy to see that given. Unfortunately for us, the referees reviewed it and thought it wasn't. But I thought the angle that they used for VAR wasn't the best angle, because I went back with my Sky controller, zoomed in, slowed it back down, zoomed in once again, and there is contact there.
There is
enough contact to
no,
go down?
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. There was a camera angle which showed, which to me, I thought, which showed that there was contact. There was foot contact.
With his right foot. When his right foot comes across and he clips.
But that wasn't shown on the VAR, which is very kind of like...
They chose, like, when you show the referee just 2 angles, I know they haven't got a lot of time. They can't sit there with 10 different angles and everything else. But I thought the 2 angles that they did choose were a bit biased, would sway the referee's decision.
Looking at those angles, it is 50-50.
Absolutely.
The angles that they showed was 50-50, in my opinion.
We've got another Gooner joining us here right now. So, hello, you there?
Is that Nick?
Hey, doing, boys?
Welcome, Nick. Welcome, Nick. What do you think of the game? Let's get your reaction.
Gone down, come up, gone down. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was, don't know about you boys. I did get a bit scared, man.
You got a bit nervous.
Yeah, just a bit, man. What's the thing with William coming on? Do you know what? That's wrong with me. No, that's wrong with me. That's wrong with me. He done nothing wrong. I just thought, you know what? Ubba's got a hat trick. Hook him off. Get like a little Pepe on. Or Martinelli. And then I don't know. Next minute, it's one goal, another goal, and I'm like, oh no. Just talking to my kids are like, oh my god, this ain't happening again. Oh, Dad, and still banging on about Newcastle.
No, I think all Gunners fans who know about that game, I will never forget that game for as long as I live. Where that is an unforgettable game. Yeah, I saw shades of that happening because they started to get confident.
And they had enough time.
They had enough time, 20 minutes, anything could happen, but I was happy with that. So what did you guys think of Odegaard's performance today?
I thought he was crisp.
Grew into the game for me. He really did. He grew into the game. Some nice touches. I think for me, it's about getting him up to the pace of the Premiership, getting the whole 90 minutes. It was good for him to get as much time as he did. You could see even after 20 minutes, he was a bit blown because, it's fast, and to play, to start his first game after quite a while, it's good. And it's your debut as such, your starting debut. He's going to have that adrenaline flowing. So, yeah, he was blown a bit, in the first 20 minutes and stuff. But I think he did well. So some nice touches. You can see he can be an influential player for us. He can.
I like to call a baller. You could just see some players just have that baller instinct.
That touch, their first touch. You can tell by their first touch. Yeah.
Lads, do you not think, right? I know it's only one game and that. I see a touch of Mesut in there, man. That left foot quick pass. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be putting. I'm not saying
that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure.
Do you not see the same sort of footballer? It might be the left foot thing, but that easy crisp ball. He done one touch in the first half, man. Oh my god! It looked like
what? The shades I saw is he's not left-footed, but he had that Rosicky kind of. That's what I saw. I don't know why. That the link-up play between him, Danny, and Saka, and that little quick interchange and passing. I was like, oh, okay. This reminds me of that little pass and move. I liked it.
Not left-footed. He's all left foot, man.
No, I'm saying Rosicky isn't left-footed as well, but he reminds me the football brain, like the way he moves,
the sharp, the sharp,
the short interchanges, and I love that kind of thing. And I thought he brought something different to the team, and because there's a lot of pressure on Smith Rowe's back over the last, because he's been so good. I think he's been outstanding over the last 6-7 games. He kind of became the only creator apart from Saka to try and make things happen. But now with an extra man. With Odegaard,
burden off a bit, I think
it does. Yeah. And I thought it'll be one or the other, but it looks like he wants both of them to play.
I think with the formation and the start was the fact that I think in his mind, in Arteta's mind, his mind was like, you know, Smith Rowe has to play. He has to play. He's not done anything wrong. He's fresh. He's fit, and he wanted Odegaard to start. He must have been looking good in training, training well, etc. So I think it worked, to be honest. We look very good going forward. It would be nice to get Partey back and Tierney back and drop that clown Bella in. Oh my God, it's their second goal. How you don't get done like that? That's, you know.
Listen, I'm gonna have to stop you there because I'm not the biggest Bellerin fan per se, but he scored a goal and he had a decent game. I think I'm not a big Bellerin fan. I don't think he's actually good enough. If Tierney was playing, I think he would have been dropped long ago because Cedric's done enough for me to warrant a place in the side. But offensively, he's still got something to his game. He can't cross very well, but he still got something to offer for the team, and he got on the score sheet.
Listen, I judge players over the. I mean, you're right. Okay, he scored the goal. But other than that, it's for me, his defending is suspect, and at a crucial time to get done by a ball like that, it kind of negated what he did going forward. You know, getting that goal. I just feel the problem for me is that a lot of goals we concede come down that side, and I think a lot of teams are starting to target that area of our team, and until we kind of get more solid down that side, you know, teams are going to actually start targeting our right side even more and more. That's my only issue with him at the moment, is that I feel like he's a bit of a weak link.
You know what bothered me more about that goal? Yeah, it's not, if you look at the Leeds give and go, right? You know, because that's how you play football. But as far as I'm concerned, that's how you break defenses. A quick pass, whether you're a dribbler or whatever, you know, if you do it quick. That's what messes things up. But at Premiership football level, and this is what my issue is with Bellerin, right? It's a lack of recovery pace to get a challenge, and he's done.
He used to have it.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if you ever watch a bit of horse racing, yeah? You know, when they're knackered and they're just treading water. That's how this kid looks like, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, honestly, it's like, because when he was younger, he was like a whippet.
Yeah.
And
the first 5 yards
is ridiculous. My age that are seeing this, but what I'm trying to say is I can forgive you getting beat with a give and go. Yeah, because if no one
that wasn't even a
give
and go. That was a one ball.
No, you look at it, Trev. I looked at it again. It is one touch, and he's their left wing has played it into him, and he's just given it, and he's on his bike. Now, what I'm trying to say is Bellerin's click that he's gone, but it's the lack of gaining.
His legs are not with him. His legs not with his brain.
You see a horse race at the end of it, and they're just like treading water in the mud, and that was what Bellerin is, and that concerns me because he was rapid. 3-4 years ago, he was rapid, absolutely rapid, and I think at Arsenal level, you have to have that recovery pace up. And it's gone with him. You know, he's a massive worry for me. I was watching. I don't know about you lads. Did you watch Maitland-Niles earlier today for West Brom?
Yeah.
Some good, some bad with him, but I just think he's an upgrade on Bellerin.
I think Cedric's the natural success. I think Cedric's better than both of them because with as much as
I'm with you on that one,
Niles, and I wanted him to succeed. Don't get me wrong. Everyone from here on, I want them to succeed. But you can't be a right back or want to play in midfield and have, like, I think one of the stats was 62% passing accuracy he had in one game. That is terrible. You can't give the ball away that frequently. And I love his pace, I love his energy, but his passing is just poor.
No, I'm with you
sometimes he switches off. Even for
I think that's his biggest problem. But I love that recovery pace.
Yeah.
Sorry, you know, Travis, I'm sure you play football. We've all played it.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is when you beat a man and next minute he's like a rash right up you. And this is what I'm saying. Bellerin hasn't got that. Maitland-Niles had, you know. And
I've got to ask you guys. So sorry to interject, Nick. this whole conspiracy thing with VAR and us getting players sent off or whatever.
Yeah, it's
But
not, man.
listen. Do you not think their keeper should have been sent off because he literally denied?
Thank you.
He denied Saka a
Thank
open
you.
goal. Should
Thank you.
I not even a card, by the way, not even a yellow card.
I think
Okay.
the rules
Remember
are
David Luiz?
double jeopardy, right? So you can't. You've already given the penalty, so that should be punishment enough.
David Luiz,
Yeah.
He was the last man, though. That's a red card.
and the
No,
keeper
no.
wasn't.
The key.
But he's
He's got.
outfield player.
Yeah, but if you look at Saka when he gets the ball, yeah. Listen, if you've played football, anyone's played football, either he's playing a pass where he's facing it's an open goal, or if it's me being a greedy arsehole, I'm turning around and just slotting it in because the goal is on his floor. It's an open goal.
His next touch was to roll it in the back of the net, in my opinion.
Thank you. No, because I'm saying if you're worth your salt, are you not turning on the ball and just passing it in an empty net? Because the goalie's committed himself. He's on the floor. I know there was two centre backs, but they're like on the post angle. So exactly like that, Trev. I was saying, hold up, is that not a sending off? But not even a card. And
that's the thing that got me. Not even a yellow card or anything like that. I'm kind of thinking, hold up 1 second. Saka's clearly robbed him, because his first touch was just to get it out of his feet and then roll it in. It's foul, goal scoring opportunity, no card, no nothing, and I was just a bit like, ooh, okay.
Decisions against with the penalties and the red cards have been extremely harsh, and the fact that the first one wasn't given was a disgrace to me. In my opinion, that is 100% a penalty, and the fact that it wasn't given after the referee seen it and VAR have seen it is a shocking decision.
Yeah,
it would have been soft, but it's a penalty.
It's no. Do you know what I said? My brother rang me up, and my little boys, they're only 9, they're twins, and they were watching it, and they goes, "That's a penalty, Dad." I goes, "Well, in real time, I'm looking at it, and I kind of see that he's feeling for it. If I'm being honest, taking the rose tinteds off, and that he's kind of going down, he's waiting for it. Then when I look at it, and then I go, "Okay, I can see why it's not." And then my brain just went back to Wolves away.
There's no consistency. There's no consistency, and that's the biggest issue that I have.
It's a blatant penalty. If we're going by them rules, that's a blatant penalty. But I'm going like a bit old school 90s, 80s sort of mentality, and I'm thinking, he's nudged him. But when you see him, he's come right across him. No, it's a penalty.
Yeah, no, I mean, going back to the top of the show, before you come on, Nick, I said anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul.
That's what my brother said. Yeah,
anywhere else, it's a foul.
Agreed.
But I'm with you, Travis and Nick.
It's today's game as well. Players look for it more than ever now because they know you go down. If there's even a faint touch, they go down like they've been shot. They're like, and you have to play for it nowadays. Like Gary Neville calls it the dark arts. You have to play for it, because if you give your team an advantage, you have to go down. Was the touch enough for Saka to go down? I don't think so, but it's still a penalty.
Yeah, he took him out. He didn't touch the ball or anything. The defender never touched the ball. Saka was going past him, and in my opinion, he wiped him out. Where you touched on there, Travis, with regards to the dark arts and everything, have you noticed? I don't know how you watched again. Whether you watch it with no sound or with the fake fans, what they put on, but I watch it with no sound so you can hear it, try and pick up on everything. The screaming that goes on with some of the fouls, and that goes on, the screaming for some of the players to make sure that the ref knows that they've been hit. If you hear some of the screaming, it's unbelievable. And wow,
I'm with you there. I genuinely thought though today, I thought Cabellos had half decent game, man. And he
no.
I thought he did well. Totally, but I'm just like, I thought he had a good game, man. And I was a bit gutted when he came off because he put in a shift. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think he had 90 in him To
No, I
be
think
honest,
it's fitness. I don't think it was down to playing.
how he
I think
played.
it's because he's been out for, I think, 4 games due
Yeah.
to, or I don't know what kind of injury it is, but I think, you know, fans have been a bit harsh on him because every time I've seen him play, his passing's on point. He can beat a player. The only thing I don't like is when him and Saka play together because there's a lack of mobility. I hate 2 slow midfield players. Gives you no real protection. That's why I like having Partey and Danny, or Partey and Xhaka, because you need someone to be more dynamic to get up and down the field. Because remember back in the day, Petit wasn't the fastest player in the world, but you always had Vieira just backing him up, just to work in tandem. And just having 2 slow players makes them vulnerable because you get one pass and they've got no recovery pace. Back to that thing we was talking about. The ball goes in behind them, or they split the lines and they've got no way of getting back, and they get kind of stuck in no man's land.
Yeah.
But I thought he had a really good game, and he works hard. You know, he tackles a lot. He gives 100%.
That's what I like about him. He's everywhere. Wherever the ball is, he's around there. I like that in a player, but I don't know.
Do you think he's worth 22 mil? Should we pull the trigger on that deal?
What's 22? I mean, because the actual rates, or the cost of players has gone down that little bit now, isn't it, since the whole COVID situation? So what would you equate a 30 million pound or a 20 million pound player? What type of player do you get for that? I don't know. In today's money, well, after pre-COVID money, 22 million would be quite a good bit of business, I feel. Now COVID, could we be thinking more 15 to 20? Because I think pre-COVID, after pre-COVID, we should have got a lot more for Martinez, in my opinion. But because of COVID, we only got 20. And the keepers that are going for 20 mil, I see Martinez is better than a lot of them. What was the keeper they got at?
Do you not think the Martinez one was a hard one? Because I love Leno, I think he's a wicked goalie. All right, take the sending off aside, but Martinez come in and he looked the nuts. And my first question would be this: if you're watching that guy in training for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, if you go back Emery, go back to Wenger, why was he never given a chance? Number one. And then when he come in and he let's be honest, right? Let's be totally honest. If Martinez has an English passport, is he not getting in the England team?
I think he's already.
I think so, yeah.
Well, the thing of Martinez, though, I think he's represented Argentina at a certain level.
I don't know if he's played a game for them yet. I think he's been in a squad. But my point is, right, if you take him and you take Leno, I love Leno. I think he's, but as a shot stopper, I think he's slightly better than Martinez. But what I give Martinez, the way he commands the box, comes out, grabs it big, and his distribution's hot. And with Arsenal, I think we were in a situation where what do you do? Because for me, there's a cigarette paper between. And I think you have to go your number one. But I question the coaching, what was going on beforehand. Because come on, man, if you're playing football every day, surely you must think, hold up, this guy comes out, grabs everything. You know what I mean?
I just don't think he was ready yet, Nick. At that point, he actually came on for me leaps and bounds when when he started playing Europa League games. That's for me when he started coming on leaps and bounds. I think it was last season. Sorry, season before last. He started coming on, and I guess from there he started getting confident and etc. etc. But pre that, I don't think he was ready. To be honest, I think it was right that he got moved on. My only question would be, is the price, was the amount we got from him, for him. Listen, he had to play, and for the good of his own career, he had to leave, to be honest.
I'm going to say something like different to you guys. I think we made the wrong decision. I think Martinez is a better keeper. I think I'll tell you, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes, Leonard's an amazing shot stopper, but he's an error. He's kind of like what makes us a mediocre club at the moment. We're not as great as we used to be because we've got players that on their day they can be outstanding. So we've got LEEDS on their day, outstanding, man of the match. Saka on their day, outstanding, man of the match. Bellerin on their day, outstanding, man of. But you know there's an error in them. Somewhere along the line, it'll be 1 in 5 games, but there's going to be an error. And over the last 4 years, I think he's in the top 3 of errors leading to goals among goalkeepers in the Premier League. So as many goals as he's saved us from, his errors have led to goals as well. So it's kind of like a neutral balance. So he hasn't been as amazing as people, because we remember the good times, but I remember so many silly mistakes, the red card in most recent memories, and he's got that in his game. Martinez is more even keel, I find, and he's more consistent. He makes errors. I think 2 games ago, he had an absolute shocker. But overall, he's more consistent and more commanding in the box, and just overall better at distributing the ball, I find.
I actually, although I understand 100% with you know what you're saying. My only thing, I think in the last, I would say 10 games, we've done very well defensively. And I think he's looked solid. Even though, you know, some teams, when they've got past our defense, he's been that Leno's been that barrier really to, you know, I think we had, how many games did we go on a run without conceding a goal? I think we did very well, and I think he's doing well. Leno, for me, with his feet, he's great. You know, and I think that was probably one of the things that Arteta was looking at, was his distribution with his feet and how comfortable Leno is with his feet. Because in today's game, the goalkeeper from yesteryear, you know, when it was David Seaman and, you know, Jens Lehmann and you know, Peter Shilton and all those the game's changed. A goalkeeper's role has changed so much since then. I would love to see those type of keepers, how they would have dealt with today's game. You know, with playing, being like, you know, your proverbial sweeper keeper as such, and playing, you know, because they're more involved now, and Leno is, I feel, more. I'm more comfortable with Leno with the ball at his feet than I am with Martinez with the ball at his feet. I'm like, with Martinez, I'm like, okay, get rid of it.
Yeah, but I do think Martinez, you know, when his distribution, like with that holding the ball in his foot and like from a drop kick sort of thing, I think his distribution's hot.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Okay, guys. So, what about Arteta's performance? What would you rate how he done as a coach today? Like with his team selection, do you think the pressure's off? Does the win buy him more time? Where are you guys at with it at the moment?
Did you see our fixture list?
Yeah, that's the worry, isn't it?
Well, he's still under pressure. This is, as I said yesterday in the preview show, this is a big week for him. A very big week for him coming up, and it started today. So hey, you know, right now, you know, he's got 1 tick for this week. He's got another 2 games because we've got Benfica and then City. City's going to be a game, but Benfica, I feel, in my opinion, is a bigger game than City, simply because we've got to have some kind of glimmer of getting into that Champions League. And we ain't going to do that through the league. I'm being realistic there. The only way really we can have any semblance of a chance is through Europa. So he did well with his team selection. My only angst against him was the whole bring on Martinelli, give him some game time. You know, brings on Willian, and I swear I heard someone say he must have something in his contract that he has to get on or something.
He has to get on it, but yeah, someone's mentioned that. To be fair, everyone keeps saying the top 4. Before I let you answer the question, Nick, we're only 6 points behind Liverpool. So,
stop.
Everyone, I know,
time out, man. Don't even.
I know the fixtures are going to be hard. We're playing 6 of the top 7 in the next couple of games. I know that, but we are only 6 points behind Liverpool. So we're 2 points behind Tottenham, and between them, there's 4 teams and 5 points between all of us. So it's not totally impossible yet.
No.
What do you think, Nick?
I'm going to be totally real quick with it. Yeah, I thought the team he played today was different level. That's what I wanted to see, purely because I thought we'd party out, thinking is like proper passes around him. You know, we lost that physicality and that Rolls Royce sort of player. Secondly, I don't know if you boys have noticed, we kind of raise our game against the bigger boys. You know, like just take the FA Cup finals, the semi-final, Liverpool away. I got a feeling we might nick it. I don't think it's a whitewash when City come on Sunday, but I'm with Trev. It's all about Thursday now for me. So, you know, Pep's I'm guessing Pepe's been rested. Auba's got a hat trick. Lacazette's been playing okay. Yeah, it's all about Thursday. And you know, the league, I think we'd do Leicester as well. But that's me being optimistic. I just think Arsenal play better right now against the big boys than we do against. We seem more concentrated on it. So yeah, I'm confident, if I'm being totally honest with you.
I think a lot of the bigger teams are struggling against the teams lower down in the league, because I think the Premier League's evolved a lot in which you have to break down the low blocks so much more. You've literally got 11 men behind the ball all the time. This is why Liverpool are getting undone by Burnley, because they just sharp shot, wait for the corners, wait for the free kicks, nick a goal, and then for 90 minutes, they literally sit 11 men behind the ball. And it's really tough to break teams down. And against the bigger teams, they want to beat us. So Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, they want to come and try and beat us. So we've always done quite well against those teams, although we've only beat Man United from the top 7 teams. We lost to everybody else. We lost to Tottenham, we lost to Liverpool, we lost to City. So we beat Chelsea. So we haven't been too hot against the good teams either, to be fair.
Yeah, but at home, we have beat. All right, City. We've done Liverpool, done Man United away, Tottenham. Let's be honest, man. That was just. I think
that felt bad. I don't know why. I felt we should have got more from that game.
Yeah, I look. Listen, I'm not saying we've turned the corner by no means. I just think the team's mentality changes when they play against better teams. They're not so blasé. You know, you're not conceding them 2 goals what we just scored against, what Leeds just scored against us. And I think they're paced enough on the break to hurt other teams. But I'm not really fussed about City. I don't care what they do. I'm more fussed, like Trevor says, on Thursday. And can anyone answer me this? How the hell, or maybe I don't know it yet, does the away goal still count? Because we're playing in Athens and then we're playing in Rome with no fans. So I'm being genuine question, does it, because I saw something on Twitter that they were debating it because obviously there's no fans. How is there an advantage flying to Athens, 4-hour flight, and then back and then to Rome? Is it, I don't know.
There's UEFA are not going to change any rules. You know, the only thing is that what's been forced is obviously due to COVID and the governments in place, what they have in terms of red countries of, you know, coming in quarantine, etc. So nothing's going to. I don't think there's any debate.
No, I get that, and that's for me.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
I saw it on Twitter, and someone I
don't know the answer, to be honest, boys.
I saw something on Twitter because I was like you, Trevor. I was just thinking, well, rules are rules. Your home leg, whether you're playing in Timbuktu or Australia,
I think it should be a straight. You know, go way back to yesteryear when the European Cup, as it was a 2-legged affair. But no, take it back another step and just have one game, right?
Yeah.
Due to the whole, just have because it's a neutral venue. And do it like a cup tie, a domestic cup tie. Have it like that.
I don't know. I don't know. Because, like I say, I was reading something on Twitter and someone just put up that wasn't happening. I thought, well, surely that can't happen because rules are rules. Yeah. But what is the advantage?
I haven't heard, to be honest, anything, any news or anything, or seen anything for them to state that away goals won't count.
If that's the case, and let's just say it is what it is and the rules are the same, Arsenal Premiership team going up against a Portuguese team, which I would say is the equivalent of the Scottish League.
That's a bit harsh.
Well,
Benfica.
No, I'm not talking about the club size. Yeah, Benfica, one of the biggest clubs in the world. You know, you could argue they could be one of the biggest. Massive season ticket lists, massive stadium, massive history. But the actual league ain't, you know, Porto, Benfica.
I understand what you're saying, but they're a dangerous team. They've got a couple of dangerous teams, you know, in sport and Benfica. And Benfica are
How would Benfica do in the Premiership?
Yeah, I know.
With fans. With fans.
Yeah.
Apples and oranges, I think. It's just a different league, you know. But yeah, they're still a big club. I still think it's going to be. Listen, Olympiacos done us over, didn't they? So let's just manage our expectations.
And what will they do in the Prem? What
exactly?
Olympiacos?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and that's my point. With fans, Olympiacos, I've been there. I've been to that stadium. Yeah, they're massive. I'm Greek. I know what they're like. Their mentality is different. But I'm saying the actual standard of football, championship level.
Over two legs, they did us. And
what I'm saying to you, with no fans,
yeah,
on a football pitch, you've got a player that's playing. Let's just take Aubameyang as an example. You know, scores goals for fun, or I don't know, Sacco in the England team. I would expect Arsenal to proceed comfortably.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, agreed. Okay, guys.
But football's not science.
Final thoughts on today's result. It's a good stepping stone. So there's I'm hoping that we can maintain it because, you know, like we needed this win badly. I think if we would have lost this game, it was all about who scored first, because you know, with us, as soon as we score first, we usually win. I think we scored first, we won 10. We conceded first, we've lost 10. So I was saying, come on, as soon as that first goal went in, I started to believe. But hopefully we can maintain this momentum. And we need to start beating the better teams. We need to start beating them. There's no ifs or buts. You have to beat what's in front of you. But we need to start beating the top teams. Yeah. And as much as I'm focusing on Benfica, we need to have a good result against City and the other teams we're facing in the top 6. We just have to. We can't get beat. I think if we start getting beat badly, it can
doesn't
be a bad
do any
good.
Travis, you said it. Liverpool 7 points. What we're in it for? What we're in it for? If you're not looking at that to start crawling up the table, then no point playing.
Because we've been looking at it pretty negatively, but if we get a couple of wins against City, Liverpool, the table could change, you know, because we're literally climbing up against our rivals, but we're getting too excited. Do
you know what the thing is that we're, as Arsenal fans, we're forever the optimists, right? And you know, we always think that we can, but no. Listen, we're right to feel optimistic, because really and truly, with the players that we have, we should be doing better than what we are right now. I think we've had a disappointing season, and I think this week, you know, fingers crossed, it goes well again on the Thursday, and it will set us nicely, I think, for City, and we give them a good game.
Yeah, I'm with Trevor. I'm with Trevor totally. You know what? I'm an optimist. Always have been. Arsenal, listen, it hasn't been that bad. We won the cup only a few months ago. Bottom line is this: all the while Arsenal in a competition, I expect us to be competing minimum. The league's been a disaster this year, but I think that was always going to happen with the transition that we're in. If we forget the Benfica game, if we look at the league. If football was that easy, we'd all be millionaires, because we'd all be putting money and all the favourites to win. It don't work like that, And I still think the league's got a long way to go. I'm with you, Travis. 7 points, it's 2 games. But our focus should be totally now on Benfica. Nothing else. I'm not fussed about the league. I'd rather see Martinelli, see how he comes along, give Balogun a few games in the league. You know, it is what it is. It's got to be the all-out Europa for me and finish as high as possible.
Yeah, it's the old cliches, the old saying, you just take it a game as it comes. You know, each game as it comes.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, then, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. And see you again very, very soon.
Cheers, guys.
Take care, boys. See you later.